Buy or sell, the 49ers will sign Jordan Matthews to play tight end. He was at tight end university. He's been on and off the Niners roster for years. He knows Kyle Shanahan very well, knows the offense. Probably the kind of guy you could bring into camp and cut and put on the practice squad. Who goes first?
Is it on me?
Yeah.
I'm going to sell this as well, just because I feel like the 49ers already have a lot of depth at tight end. And I believe in Ross Dwelly, just like Grant says. So I don't know where Matthews would fit into this. Obviously, he's put on some weight. He's doing all those nice videos of him on the scale and whatnot. He's training with Kittle, and maybe that has some kind of play to the ear of Kyle Shanahan or whatnot. But I just feel like it's just another body. I don't know how it fits in. I don't know if he would make the actual team, and if that is the case, why even bring him in and mess up giving those reps to other people that are already on the roster? So for me, I'm selling this.
Yeah, I'm a believer in Dwelly too. I just don't think Kyle Shanahan's a believer in Dwelly because he hardly ever uses some, even though I think he should definitely see a nice little spike. Maybe not a dramatic spike, but at least a little something. Give a little sprinkle of more like snaps in his games. But for fun, just for funsies, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this because I think he wants to add that imaginary double tight end duo of receivers. Because even though there's no way you're gonna put Matthews on the line. First of all, that guy's gonna get trucked by anyone, that guy's going to look like McGlinchey last year if you put him on the line to block or do anything, regardless. They're going to chip him. They're going to throw him off the line. But I think it would be something fun that you could try to picture. Not saying Jordan Matthews is this elite or this great player, but hey, maybe a tight end, you get a linebacker matched up on him. That probably suits him better for probably like half the linebackers in the league. You just mess around with both Kittle and those two. I think it'll just be more something they want to do like a passing essence. Because other than that, you're not really gonna think about run blocking. Hey, Jordan Matthews and George Kittle double team on this end so we can rip off Raheem Mostert to the side. Like that's not gonna happen. Well, I definitely could see something just like, hey, you got the vet, especially if Trey Lance plays. Those two were building rapport with each other a little bit during those pro days, and maybe something off on the side. I don't know. It's just something fun that you could probably think of. At least that way you have like that second. If they did pick up Matthews, he probably would be the best receiver next to Dwelly, one of those two, and he might be used more than Shanahan. So I think that'd be something just that they would want to play with.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy this one. This goes back to everything that we've talked about the last couple. As we talked about this throughout the offseason, where Kyle Shanahan has an affinity for that second tight end to be a really, big receiving threat. And although Ross is boss, I agree with what Jose says, is that, he just doesn't seem to believe that himself. So, and when I said, Kyle Shanahan, he's continually looking for a big play, second tight end. If Matthews can prove that he's with that extra weight, that he still has the speed, and he can block a little bit, I think he's the guy that they'd be interested in. They've seen him run routes. They've seen him catch passes from Trey Lance. He was at the second pro day. He was one of the guys out there receiving, catching those balls from him. So I think this is one that could really work out on the 49ers, working out in their direction, where this would be a buy for Jordan Matthews ending up with the 49ers at some point.
Like a lightweight Jordan Reed.
Yes.
So I'm going to sell on this one, and specifically because I think if you look at what the 49ers have done with the tight end position recently, last offseason they did try and address that second pass catching tight end with Jordan Reed, right? But then you look at the moves they made this offseason, they pick up Michael Pruitt, who's more of a blocking tight end, and the 49ers have had many opportunities to be able to go after really good pass-catching tight ends like the Kyle Rudolphs of the world. Zach Ertz is available. So I just feel like the 49ers would have done something about this already if they did want that next pass-catching tight end. Now, listen, if they're going to bring him in and it's going to be a camp sort of thing and they cut him right before the season, I could see that happening, but just with the way the 49ers have gone about the position recently, I'm not buying this.
I'm not buying it either. I'm not buying him as a tight end. He weighs 234 pounds. Okay, you're not going to block on the line. You could be an H-back. You're a big slot receiver. He was always a big slot receiver. Always. Oh, he's 234 pounds? Okay, that's cool. That's Jalen Hurd. To me, he's Jalen Hurd. So if Jalen Hurd gets hurt again, I think they might bring him in. But until then, I mean, it seems like they like Mohamed Sanu, Jawan Jennings, and Jalen Hurd, and Jordan Matthews might be fourth in line, like the first guy off the bench, off the couch. But yeah, tight end Jordan Matthews. I guess, I wouldn't really say so. I mean, but was Jordan Reed a tight end? No, not really.
Not really.
Not really. I mean,
By
if you could ask him to
designation.
block, he's not going to block anyone. You
In
can give him an
fantasy.
assignment.
In fantasy, he was.
And fantasy, yeah.
Well, so is Taysom Hill, man.
Taysom
Come
Hill.
on.
Taysom Hill. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, that's true.
What's,
But Taysom Hill
what's-
on this team, he might. I just don't think a lot hinges on Jalen Hurd, right? They're really leaving the door open for him to do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they want him to do something. What is Jordan Matthews coming in at right now? What's his weight?
234? 234?
230. Okay, so
Dwelly's 240? 6'5". Yeah.
235. He's 35.
Hey, Ross Dwell, that might be old. I want to see what Ryan, he looks 245 to me. He's a
The
little,
49ers have him at 235. That's why. Hey,
and he blocks his ass off for whatever he really puts in effort. I'd like to see Jordan Matthews get in a 3-point stance and block a DN. I'd love to see that. I would love to
see that because I already know he's gonna get chucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, but we'll see.